Hey guys, it's Cody from UPLP Group. We're going to be talking today a little bit about me becoming a partner with Kyle back in the day, as well as growing up, watching him build, and then joining him during the build. So growing up, it was definitely different because as a business-oriented family, everyone in the family worked a ton. So Dad was always gone to site. He worked almost 7 days a week most times. Kyle, same thing while I was growing up. He worked almost 7 days back in the day. Now he works about 2.5 days a week. So growing up as a kid in a family that runs different businesses, it was always tough because, Dad and Kyle always worked a ton. So then as I seen them working all the time, it's sort of like what helped me turn myself into what I am today. And Dad, he always worked as much as he could to provide for the family. Now I'm doing the same, Kyle's doing the same. We both have a 3 and a 5-year-old. So that keeps us busy in our spare time all the time. But with people running businesses in your family, it's tough because they're always gone 24/7. If something happens, then you have to go. What kind of kid was I growing up? Well, I was always a kid that was always, if Dad or Kyle had machines around the house, I was always there helping out. If they were working, doing anything, I was always right there, basically joining in, trying to help out, learn whatever I could do, and just jumping in wherever I could. I was never a school kid. I always hated school. I ended up finishing high school a year early by doing online courses, summer school, co-ops, and I just hated school. So I always wanted to be done and basically just join the workforce. Throughout when I was 10 years old up till 17 while I was in school, I was always I was working over the summer. I was helping Kyle from when I was like 9, 10 years old onwards, and it was what I knew. And obviously, a lot of people think that working with family is all sunshine and rainbows. That's not always the case. There's arguments, there's decisions that have to be made. Some people don't always agree with that exact same decision that you have. You don't agree with their decisions, but at the end of the day, you get through it, you fight through it, and for the most part, we're pretty good. We work pretty good together, but there is those times that there gets to be heated arguments. And it's just all about working through those and making the best of it and not having your head above anybody else. You always have to be sort of kosher so that you can build, because at the end of the day, without my brother, I wouldn't be where I am today. He wouldn't be where he is today either. Without Dad, we wouldn't be where we are today. Without any of our family, we wouldn't be where we are today. It's just, you gotta learn to work together. You gotta learn to respect each other. And that's the only way to grow, because without family, without employees, you're nothing. You're just a single person. So the first time ever starting to really make money and learn like anything about business, I would have been 9, 10 years old when Kyle started getting me into sort of buying iPhones, buying like salters for the back of pickup trucks, and we used to do it together, and basically we'd buy them, we'd fix them up, we'd get them working, we'd make sure they look like new again, and then we'd sell them and turn a profit. That was what really started sort of the dream of wanting to be self-employed, run a business, because I seen the potential in the amount of money I could make the amount of knowledge it took to do this, and just like the benefits of being able to work for yourself. And a lot of people think that working for yourself, it's basically sunshines and rainbows. You get to choose your hours, you get to work a 9 to 5 or 9 to 1, whatever your hours is you want it to be. That's not the case. You're literally, when you're self-employed, you work 24/7 basically. It doesn't matter how big your company is, how small your company is, whether you're trying to fill the role of your secretary, your laborers, your machine operators, your sales team. It's when you're starting out, you may be filling those roles. As you grow, you get more people involved in them roles, but then you just have more people that come to you to discuss different issues, and basically you're a problem solver at that point. So me and Kyle joined forces. This is going back 8 to 9 years ago. I was on the verge of going on my own, starting my own company. I had a bunch of money saved up from just buying and selling equipment, salters, different stuff. And then me and Kyle talked. We said to each other, you know what, rather than going on your own or me going on my own, why don't we just join up? Because Kyle was sort of at the point that he couldn't handle everything on his own. He was running around like crazy. He was at a growing point there. And it was just becoming too stressful to be able to deal with everything on his own. So then I said, yeah, like, I'm going to jump in while I can. I know being family, being brothers, when working together, you have the same mindset, the ability to scale is literally like, it doesn't matter. You can scale to whatever level you want. It's all in your mindset. And that's sort of when UPLP really became a thing, and we started focusing on a lot more large-scale projects, pools, landscapes, big water features. And there was a lot of cool projects throughout these 8 to 9 years that we've both been involved in, because we're both always involved in the sales side. We're both involved in the design side. Yes, we have people that work for us that do this stuff, but like I was saying earlier, it doesn't matter how big you grow. You're always involved in the business. You're always taking on new projects. And without us involved, the company is basically, yes, it'll run itself to a certain degree, but it's not. In the landscape pool industry, it's tough to have a business run 100% on its own, because if there's no leadership there, then who's going to lead? And when we started, there was a lot of long days, a lot of long nights. There still is a lot of long days, a lot of long nights. We've gotten to the point now where we don't have to be on site 24/7, but we are, just because it helps things go smoother. Guys like to see when their boss is on site. I don't like personally being called a boss, because at the end of the day, I think everybody is an equal. It doesn't matter what point you're at, everybody is the same. It doesn't matter what job it is. If I have to sweep the bottom of a pool because somebody else is doing something that's more important, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to sweep the bottom of the pool. There's no need to feel like you're better than anybody else, and to me, that's what makes a company thrive, because you're not afraid to jump in and help wherever you need to. So me and Kyle, we're both here on site today. We installed a liner for a good client of ours. We have Drake, we have Raj here helping out. Drake's our photographer. Raj is another employee. He's been with us about 6 months. He's great. They're both great. We love them both dearly.
That's why. They make me cry.
All right, on to the next fucking part. I'm fucking done. No, I'm gonna look like a fucking retard in this video.
He takes out like all the ums and ahs. They all disappear.